Hi, Gary.
Hi, Sandra.
How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Great. You're back down here in the Central Coast for how long this time?
Just 3 days.
Uh-huh.
I drove down from San Francisco this morning.
Right.
And just got into town about 20 minutes ago.
And you drove straight to the studio
Yep.
because this is the highlight of your day, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, gosh, Gary, you know, it's kind of funny. Gary and I are friends for quite a while now. And so this is going to be more like a casual conversation than a technical Q&A. How did you do that? But I wanted to let you know, Gary, I was at the porch last night.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I was up there, and Dorian Michael was playing and doing awesome work. I sat there with Don Lampson and Peg Grady and all of the regulars that used to be up there at the porch when you and I first met about 5 years ago. I was figuring that out.
Is that right?
It is. It
Wow.
is. Yeah.
I always think of Dorian as the great Dorian Michael.
The great Dorian Michael.
I can't think the word Dorian without the word great.
He was doing a great job last night. He played a song that he wrote. I didn't realize it was like I was the dream person in the audience, because after he finished this beautiful piece, I'm like, hey Dorian, what was the name of that piece and who wrote it? And the name of the piece was Sycamore Creek, and he wrote it, and it was quite nice. So.
That's one of the best compliments you can get as a songwriter. Instead of saying, "Did you write that?" Someone says, "Who wrote that?"
Yeah, and you get to say me, and I'm assuming that he told the truth.
He seems quite earnest.
Yeah,
He's
I would believe
earnest
so.
man, yes.
So, what are you up to these days, Gary?
I'm traveling. I'm in a new duo called Voice Recognition. I finally found my harmony partner and collaborator. Her name is Angelisa Aitken. We met about a year ago, and so. Pretty much, I've been on the road, either in Hawaii or we toured all the way up to Seattle and back this summer. We're headed down to San Diego and back in a few weeks. And so I'm singing harmony. I'm really having a great time.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I always, I've heard you harmonize with her and with other people, and I really love your voice and the way that you do. It's interesting when I watch you perform on stage with another musician. You're not looking at the audience. You are so tuned in to the person you're making music with, and I don't know, it's just kind of fun to watch.
Great.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do now? You want to play a song, or you want to tell me a story?
How about both?
Okay.
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 This is one of my older songs. It's called Flying Dream.
That's the one that I met you on.
That's right. Yeah.
I heard this song the first time I saw Gary Garrett. It was he was performing and he played this song, and I ran up to him afterwards, and it was just like started the conversation. And 5 years later, we're still talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Great. Well, it used to be. I lived in Bellevue, Washington at the time. I was 25, 26 years old. And my housemate used to fix a cup of hot milk and honey before bedtime to put her to sleep. And I tried it, and instead of putting me to sleep, it kept me awake all night.
Nice.
And by the time the sun came up, I had this song. I'm going to move the mic a little bit.
You can do whatever you want.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll get the guitar a little.
Okay.
Let's see how the balance is. You might need to turn everything up a little bit.
And I'm going to turn mine off because I don't sing very well.
Milk and honey on the stove, a big band on the radio. Open up the curtains to the sky. Fill my cup and hit the light and stare out at the starry night. I wonder if I'll ever learn to fly. It feels so easy, feels so right to rise above the city lights. I hope I have my flying dream tonight. I hope I have my flying dream tonight. I know I'm doing something right. I'm gliding down the street. I feel my body rise above the ground, dodging all the power lines and mountains that I meet. I'm free until the morning comes around, coming down. Bacon cooking on the stove, the Beatles on the radio. The sky is blue, the clouds are drifting by. I wonder how I got to be a prisoner of gravity. I know there's more to me than meets the eye. I know that I could fly right now if I could just remember how. I know I'll make it through the day all right if I can have my flying dream tonight. 'Cause it feels so easy, feels so right to rise above the city lights. I hope I have my flying dream tonight. I hope I have my flying dream tonight. Ooh, flying dream.
Nice, thank you, Garrett.
Sure.
I love that song. It's just it's got all the possible yumminess in it.
Oh.
It's got honey, it's got milk, it's got the Beatles, it's got bacon. It's a really, really sweet song, and that whole thing about dreaming and flying in your dreams and stuff. That's really, really it. I like that song.
Oh, thank you.
I think I'm gushing.
Oh.
Isn't that fun?
It sure started a lot of conversations.
I bet it did.
Many, many times people come up to me after the show and want to talk about flying dreams. Cause
yeah.
It's one of the coolest experiences that I know of.
Yeah.
I wake up very grateful every time I have one.
There's been strong dreams the last month or so.
Oh, yeah?
In my life.
Yeah?
I'm not going to talk about it here. But yeah, it seems like there's been a real interesting shift in energy, cosmos, whatever out there. And a lot of people I've been talking to lately have been having interesting dreams.
Me too. Lots of adventures in my dreams. A couple of nights ago, I spent half the night on a rocket-powered pogo stick.
Nice.
I was zipping around doing different things and having different adventures with my rocket-powered pogo stick. Yeah.
So how did that sound to you? Did it sound in your headphones? Did it sound all right?
Well, a little bit distant, possibly. I think I'll move the mic just a little closer.
Okay.
to
And I'm
my
thinking
voice.
next time you want a song, maybe what we'll do is we'll swing my mic over there and point it at your guitar, and I don't know. We're just making this stuff up as we
Okay.
go along.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
As my mom used to say, we'll Rembrandt.
Well, what does that mean?
I guess it means making it up as you go along. I don't know if she had this thought of Rembrandt being an improvisational painter or something.
I was thinking of the Rembrandt color by number kits, paint by number kits when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. That
But
seems like that's sort of the opposite.
That's kind of the opposite of
Yeah.
what we're doing here on Freeform Radio.
Right.
Hey, I don't need to do anything. I have to do something in 6 minutes.
Okay.
In 6 minutes, will you tell me it's the top of the hour?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. I'll keep my eye on it.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, Gary, you lived in, was it Pismo?
I've lived in SLO, SLO, Pismo. I've lived in Grover Beach. I've lived in Shell Beach. Shell Beach more than anywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long? What years were you here in San Luis Obispo County?
Moved here in 1994
Okay.
to work for the LR Baggs Corporation down in Nipomo. I designed electronics for acoustic guitars.
Oh, okay.
For, I don't know, I've had a 20-year career total doing that. And then I left for San Francisco in 2010.
Uh-huh.
So 15 years, yeah.
And I know that you were like an engineer, right, designing these pickups
That's right.
for guitars. And I'm not a guitarist, so I'm like talking about things I don't know. But the pickup that you designed is one that was very well accepted in the industry, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. They've sold many of these. It's called the M1, and there's a successor to it called the M80. And
that sounds like a firecracker.
It does indeed. It's an explosive pickup, all right. In fact, this is it right here on my guitar.
Oh, okay.
Everybody out there, take a look.
Take a look right there. You see that?
It's an ivory sort of thing that goes across the sound hole, and it was a result of an accidental discovery by me and Lloyd Baggs, as so many things are. It has a very unique quality to it. I put together a ramshackle prototype that was held together with tape, and it sounded better than anything we'd done before. So we figured out why, and took another year of development and patented it, and it's been a really successful pickup.
Are you still an engineer?
No. I mean, at heart, yes. And I follow LR Baggs and keep track of what they're up to. I went in there the other day and just kind of played in their sandbox for a whole day just for fun.
Oh, that must have been fun.
It was a great.
It's when you get to do things because you enjoy it instead of having to do it for the money. I think sometimes that joy comes back.
Exactly.
that originally attracted you to that career.
I will say though that working for that company was a joy.
Was it?
That I would often be surprised by payday.
Oh, that they were actually going to give
you
money for it.
I get money for this too?
Wow,
Yeah,
nice.
That was a terrific place to work.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know that you also, besides being an engineer, besides being a singer-songwriter, performer, a heck of a nice guy, and all that kinds of stuff, that you've got a background as a sculptor as well, and I'd love to hear what you think of your work.
Well, I'm one of my favorite sculptors.
This is my favorite radio show.
Great.
Yeah.
As it should be. We should be doing something else if it weren't that way, right? What I like is the whole compass. That's I'm really the only person whose taste I thoroughly understand, and so if I work to please me, then that's my best moral compass. I worked in bronze mostly.
Okay.
Cast the sculptures myself out at Cuesta College. Shout out to Margaret Corshelli and Dennis and Randall and all the other wonderful people I worked with there.
Nice.
It's a primal and beautiful thing to do. I highly recommend it to anybody who has a taste for fire. You get to tote these 300-pound crucibles of metal while wearing a flame-proof suit and deal with big heavy things.
Yeah, big heavy things.
And then out of it comes this total mess that you have to carve to shape with chisels, and really rewarding.
Yeah.
I explored a lot of figurative sculpture and also antique futuristic. I built a futuristic-looking bronze television set, 2 of them, in fact. And right
so
now
they could watch each other, right?
Great. Right now, one of them's on my mantelpiece playing the 1936 Flash Gordon. It's cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's really, really fun.
Yeah.
So
well, I guess it's almost
it's close
hour.
enough.
Do your thing?
I have to do something to keep us all legal and on the air.
Okay.
Are you ready?
This is a test.
This is KEBF Morro Bay. Okay, we can continue now.
Well done.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
Great.
So, we didn't talk before we put you on the air to say how you wanted to do this. So, if you would like to play a CD or you would like to play a song, it is up to you at this time.
Alrighty, let's play a CD.
Okay.
I'm going to start I'm going to start right off with what I'm doing right now.
Okay, I think that would be good. What are you doing right now?
Right this minute, I'm pulling a CD out of a cardboard.
Yeah.
Smart Alec.
Yeah,
Yeah, what I'm doing right now.
Because we're on the air, we say Smart Alec.
So smart, yeah.
Alec.
Yes.
What kind?
Yes. Related joke. Never mind. We are on the air.
Yes.
So the first track on this CD just is brand new. Angelisa and I went into a studio in Waimea on the Big Island of Hawaii, and we spent about 4 weeks recording this take. It's called All the Way Home. Angelisa is singing, and I'm singing a lot of harmonies and playing guitar on this track. So All the Way Home by Angelisa Aitken, performed by Voice Recognition.
I can't wait to hear it.
Great.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, all the way home. From Big Bang and starseed osmosis catharsis, we swam our emergence through waves, tides, and time. We started out single-celled critters in the ocean, evolving through yin-yang, our consciousness climb. We are the two-legged key-keepers and worshippers, lovers and abusers of life. We stand in our ignorance, brilliance, indifference, awestruck by our mastery and strife. Singing Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. We speak of ascension, our chakras and synergy, indigenous wisdom and crystalline earth, power and energy, conscious creation. Our spirit guides whisper life, death, and rebirth. We are the two-legged dreamers and beam weavers, living our visions and prayers. We're muscle and motion, emotion, commotion. We're labors of love, sweat, and tears. Singing Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Yes, we're dancing through labyrinths, spirals, cacophony, harmony, chaos, and stillness and light, affirming our oneness through light years of separateness. Shine like the stars in the dead of the night, singing Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, all the way home. Shalom. Om Shanti. Shalom. Om Shanti.
Very nice music from, what is it called? Voice recognition. Voice
yeah.
recognition. Why is it? Why are you called voice recognition?
Well, I was at a workshop in Northern California, and I was singing to an informal crowd of about 30, 40 people at a Human Awareness Institute workshop. And all of a sudden, this fantastic harmony came floating up out of the crowd.
Oh, nice.
I was singing Be Love, which I might sing in a bit, one of my own songs. And so here comes this perfect harmony, the harmony part, a perfect blend, exquisite voice, full voice. And all I could see was the top of her head, little curly black hair. And we got together, and within a week we formed the duo. So essentially we recognized each other.
And the voices recognize each other. That's nice. I think I only heard you and Angelisa. Is it Angelisa?
Angelisa.
Angelisa. I heard you guys one time up at the Wise Owl up in in Cambria,
yes,
when you guys performed up there.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Yeah, great.
So you've gone from being pretty much a solo performer to now being part of a duo.
Correct.
How is that for you? Does it feel like a natural progression, or are you still performing solo?
Oh, occasionally, and I'll plug a gig here in a minute.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm still occasionally performing solo, and I love it, and I have, I still have fondness for it, but performing with the duo is something I've been calling for ages, and it's fantastic. It's so much better.
Excellent.
Just having somebody else with me on stage is a huge boost. Everything, promotion is easier. It's a lot easier for me to brag about us than it is for me to brag about me.
Nice.
You know?
Nice. Yeah, I hear that.
I got a teammate, and it's lovely to travel together. We've spent weeks and weeks on the road. She's great company. So
sweet.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I love it.
Just so everybody out there know, because we're all one big happy family. Is during that break, Angelisa actually called in, which was sweet. And is she in Hawaii now?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was our first, as far as I know, our first call from Hawaii. Unfortunately, she was saying that the streaming wasn't working for her there, so that's a big bummer. But I've got a text into our Miracle program manager who knows how to fix things without actually having to come in. So I'm hoping paging Hal Abrams, I'm hoping that he got the text I sent him and we'll get the stream back up for her and everybody else. Or maybe everybody else is hearing. I don't know. I never know. It's a mystery to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it is.
So you said you had some gigs coming up here locally. I know you do locally. Let's tell people where they can hear you.
Okay, great. Well, Monday night I'm going to be playing at Bon Temps Creole Cafe
Yes.
on Olive Street up there off of Santa Rosa.
Yes.
And I'm going to have a 45-minute set. I'm the featured act at one of Steve Key's Songwriters at Play
Perfect.
showcases.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to it. Usually there's at least a dozen people there to see me, and we just have a great time.
Yeah.
They have good food, by the way, at Bon Temps.
They have very good food.
Yeah.
They have very good food. And I so appreciate the work that Steve Key does, bringing in performers from all over. I don't get out quite as much because he doesn't have a venue here in Morro Bay, and I hardly ever go south of Los Osos anymore, to be honest. But it's so much of the music that I play here on this show that's focused in San Luis Obispo County is by musicians that Steve Key turned me on to. So shout out to him for the work he's doing in our community. Yeah.
And he's going to have voice recognition back. Yeah, we sang this spring down here, and on January 4th and on January 8th, we're going to sing. We're going to feature, the two of us are going to feature at Steve Key showcases.
Nice.
We have another gig scheduled probably on the 2nd. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then I know when you're up in the Bay Area, you're playing around up there, places I also probably don't go because I never go north of Cayucas anymore.
Mostly house concerts. The Hotel Utah is a great place that I play often. I should give. Can I give out the website?
Sure, you can.
Okay, more plugs here.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the mailing list for voice recognition, or for me, although it's mostly about voice recognition right now.
Yeah.
It's www.vrec. That's V as in Victor. rec.us.
Okay. Voice rec. I get it. VREC. VREC. Yeah.
.us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have full songs up on your website? Or?
We do, and performance videos, testimonials, a contact page. If you want to find out more, that's where to go.
All the good stuff.
That's right.
Everything you want when you go to a web page. Hey, did I mention that we have a website too? It's www.esterobayradio.com, and I do hope that you'll check it out. If you are listening online, we'd sure appreciate you throwing some change in the bucket to cover the streaming costs. And hopefully you're listening online by now. Everything looks to me like you should be. So I don't know, maybe there's something to do with all the lava flows in Hawaii is interrupting the internet stream. That must be it.
Everything, all of the entire internet goes through the Pahoa transfer station.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Hey, I need to give just a little public service announcement here. So you take a minute to have a sip of water and be happy. Wanted to remind people that in Morro Bay they are having a free community dinner every single Monday night at the Morro Bay Veterans Memorial Hall. That's down at the end of Surf Street here in Morro Bay. Everybody is welcome. It's every single Monday night from 5 to 6 p.m. community dinner. And if you need more information, you can call Nancy at 441-5770. So I did want to put that out there. And also just a reminder that we did have Peggy Fowler from Grassroots 2 in here this morning, and she is looking for support with Grassroots 2's efforts to deliver between 8 and 900 traditional Thanksgiving dinners throughout. This is where my mouth stops working. Throughout San Luis Obispo County. And for more information about how you might be able to help with that effort, or if you want to have a turkey dinner delivered to your home, you can call them at 805-544-2333. And this is 97.3 The Rock, listener-supported community radio for all of Estero Bay. This is Sandra Soodohnimm. You are listening to Estero Babes. And today's Estero Babe, at least the second babe of the day, is Gary Garrett. And we are so happy to have you here, Gary.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
It was great driving down the grade, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, gorgeous, perfect day. It's always very nostalgic for me to drive to the Central Coast.
Did you see green?
Oh, yes.
I know. I was driving from Morro Bay to San Luis Obispo yesterday, and it made my heart so happy to see patches of green meadows and patches of green on the hillside, and that view coming down the Cuesta Grade when everything is green. It's like, oh my gosh, we live in paradise. We must be angels. Right?
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. You want to play another song for us?
Okay.
Okay. Are you taking requests?
Yeah, if I know it. What do you got?
No, you play what you want, and I'll give you my request later.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I want to play the song that introduced me and Angelisa that started this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Be Love.
Yeah, it's called Be Love. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, we'll get that a little closer.
We'll see how that works.
See how it works. All right, here we go. He didn't look much like a holy man. I hadn't known him very long. Something in his eyes told me he'd seen it all. And so I sang him my sad song. I said, I've been chasing women half my life. The other half, they're chasing me. It always seems to lead to trouble. What can the problem be? He said, you gotta be loved. Be loved. Be loved. Be loved. And let the world come to you. Be loved. And let the world come to you. He said, I understand the mission to find the one you're dreaming of. And in these days, I know you truly can. Look everywhere for love. But think about it, where does love come from anyway? You know it comes from you and me. What a funny game to look for love when you own the factory. Be loved.
Gary. That sounded great.
Great.
Yeah. Did it sound okay to you?
Oh yeah.
We're working on this. This is my very first time that I've actually had a live or a musician performing live in the studio. I've had live musicians in here before, but we were just playing their CDs. And
the other kind are hard to interview.
You know, you have to be really patient. You have to be willing to wait.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But you can get some great ones in, Jimi Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We channel a lot of Bob Marley in here on Wednesday afternoons too. So, that's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
That's like the perfect song. And so you were performing this, and spirit rose up in her, and she just started singing along. And a year later, you guys are really making some great things happen.
Yeah.
Musically and professionally.
Yeah. Hats off to her.
Yeah.
She womaned up and just sang full voice right out of the audience.
Just gave it up.
Yeah.
Talk about woman it up. Did you hear what Deborah Winsong did this last week?
No.
A week ago, which day? Saturday. A week ago today, Michael Franti and Spearhead played at the Fremont Theater. And they put a shout out on Facebook like a week before that, hey, if there's any local musicians that are up for it and you want to play with us, contact us. And so Deborah Winsong, bless her big woman heart and incredible courage, sent them a note, sent them a video of her harmonica playing, and she got to play on stage with Michael Franti, and they did one song up, kind of mid-show, and another song towards the end of the show, and it was just, and she talk about womaning up. She belted it out and she made us all proud.
Oh, great.
We're super excited. I saw her yesterday, and she said that that being on stage with what was such a positive energy and such a great band was really, really fun, but that her favorite part was practicing in the tour bus with Michael Franti and the bass player. I can't think of his name right now, but the three of them were harmonizing their voices and playing their instruments together in a really, really beautiful way. So anyway, there's another woman who has the courage to let her voice be heard. And right on, power to the women, power to the people.
Go, Deborah. If you're
I know.
listening, kudos.
Isn't that cool?
Great. What an experience.
Yeah.
She's so soulful. I love catching Deborah.
And it's kind of fun, not that I spend that much time on Facebook, but Michael Franti, the video was going around because we're all swirling with it, right? And a couple days ago, Michael Franti, on his Facebook page, put up the video of Deborah Winsong playing with him here at the Fremont Theater in San Luis Obispo, and so I just think that's juicy.
Oh,
yeah. And that's one thing I should stop. This is the part where the interviewer realizes she is talking way too much, but I just think I really want to honor everybody out there who has enough courage and enough to let their voice be heard, or if they're visual artists, to let their art be seen. And if there's one thing that's going to save this planet from the aliens when they come to get us, it's going to be our art.
Splendid.
Somebody told me that about 40 years ago, and I've never forgotten it. That the aliens will not be impressed with our military abilities. It's going to be art and music that's going to save the race. So thank you to you, Gary Garrett, and to Angelisa and Deborah Winsong and Michael Franti and everybody out there for making my planet a safer place.
That's great.
That's really silly. I know.
Well, I have. I'd love to play another CD cut if I might, or give you another CD
Sure.
cut.
Do you know the number, or do I need to pull it out?
It's a different CD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have a solo CD called Flying Dream.
Yes.
And there's a song in here I want to show whoever's listening that I can rock.
Oh, okay. Which cut are we talking about?
Number 10.
Number 10.
This song's called Driving. I recorded everything on the track: drums, guitar, electric guitar, everything. Angelisa and I now do a beautiful Hawaii version of this song with harmonies. Its words are all changed. It's totally cool. Here's the old version.
Okay, well, let's listen to it.
Great.
Sunday morning, Whidbey Island, I got my pedal to the floor.
good here on Whidbey Island. The tourists don't come around anymore. I've got my 22 Chevy and a gallon of gasoline, and you're the prettiest woman I have ever seen, and we're driving. Sunday morning, Whidbey Island, the air is cool and the road is clear. All alone here on Whidbey Island, since Andy's truck broke down last year. I haven't seen a traffic cop since 2024. Wonder if there's anyone on the mainland anymore, but we're driving. Driving, no particular place to go. Driving, nothing on the radio. Turn and head for home. There is no bridge now from Whidbey Island. We've gone as far as we can go. I hear the crunch of gravel as I turn my car around. Your shadow right next to mine as the sun is going down, and we're driving. Driving. Driving.
Nice. Gary Garrett rocking it on, what was the name of that song? Driving. Oops, let me turn your microphone on.
Driving.
But I guess since nobody can hear us but you and me, maybe the microphone's not really that important anymore. We could just sit here and meditate, and it would be awesome. Yeah, we've gotten word that apparently streaming is down. It's not, and all kinds of things are down. I'm hoping that folks listening on the radio station, okay, so everybody drive to Morro Bay. Yeah. Because Gary Garrett is going to do, actually we're going to play a recording. Gary, tell us what we're going to be hearing.
Okay, sure. This is my love song to the Central Coast.
Yeah.
It's I don't know where this song came from. It's just one of those, every once in a while I quote, write, end quote, a song. Mm-hmm. But the process is really mysterious, and often those are my best songs.
And what is this song about?
It's about the beaches here.
Yeah.
It's about being in touch with the present moment. It's about, well, you'll hear it. It's called The Cove, and this is a recording of me, of voice recognition, singing
nice.
It in a cappella in harmony.
You know, I got to ask you though, Gary. Every time I hear this song, I think it's about Pirates Cove.
It is about Pirates Cove.
Okay. Well, now we know one big secret.
The second verse is the tip-off.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
So everybody, listen up. This is Gary Garrett and Angelisa. What's Angelisa's last name?
Aitken.
Aitken. Thank you. I don't know why it's like AA. I should remember that.
A-A-N-G-G.
Yeah, and this is what they're recording these days, and it's called The Cove, and I see that Greg Cunningham has entered the studio and is just about ready to start his awesome sports show. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye right now, and we'll just fade out with this song. And thank you, everyone, for listening to Estero Babes this morning here on 97.3 The Rock, listener-supported community radio for all of Estero Bay. I hope you enjoyed yourself today as much as I did. I'm going to say this show was the best ever.
There's a place by the ocean, caught between the cliffs and the tide, a narrow sandy slice of the garden with the rocks on either side. Come and meet me by the water. I'll see you at the edge of the sea. Neptune's son and Aphrodite's daughter, for one day we shall be free. You won't need your suit of armor. You may leave it on the sand. Feel the sun upon your body and the breeze upon your skin. Come and meet me by the waters. We'll gather at the edge of the sea. Neptune's sons and Aphrodite's daughters, for one day we shall be free. Come and meet me by the waters. We'll gather at the edge of the sea. Neptune's sons and Aphrodite's daughters, for one day we shall be free. One day we shall be